You ever notice that when police officers or even former police officers call in to report a crime, that everything is taken at their word even if evidence shows that there's foul play going on? That's what's happened to 48-year-old Kendi Howard, where all her loved ones say that she had a great personality and was fun to be around. She was also one of those people that had your back no matter what was going on. But all of that changed on February 2nd, 2021, when police were called to her home after getting a report from her husband saying that she had unalived herself in the bathtub. Former Idaho State Trooper 57-year-old Daniel Howard had called 911 and stated that his wife had shot herself. And when police had arrived at the crime scene, they treated it as if it was a suicide, where Daniel wasn't even treated as if he was a suspect in the case either. It wasn't until 2 years later, after Kendi's daughter started making noise about what was going on, stating that her mother wasn't impressed nor did she like guns in the first place, which caused them to reopen the investigation, where they noticed that there was holes in the stories, including that the crime scene looked as if it was staged. And during their investigation, they found out that Daniel and Kendi's relationship was not as great as Daniel had said it was, because they found out that there was a string of domestic abuse going on in their relationship. During their investigation, they had found out that Daniel had resigned from the Idaho State Police Department after being placed on administrative leave without pay, pending a criminal investigation. It comes to find out that Daniel had threatened to kill his friend after his wife had openly admitted that she was having an affair with him. Daniel was accused of pouring syrup into his friend's car, sending him vulgar messages, and even firing a shotgun at his house. There were even allegations that Daniel had stolen thousands of rounds of ammunition from the state police department and even used a fake name on his motorcycle application. Daniel had made a plea deal with prosecutors for the charges of malicious injury to property, petty theft, title fraud, and failing to tag a deer that he had shot. As part of his plea agreement, he had to pay restitution to his friend and also plead guilty to the motorcycle charge and the possession of a deer without a tag. Daniel had accepted an Alford deal, and if you don't know what that is, what that entails is it allows a person to plead guilty while maintaining their innocence. Daniel was given 120 days in jail, a 3-year suspended sentence, probation, and 600 hours of community service. It was reason to believe that the reason why Daniel was acting this way was because back in 2011, he had fatally shot a woman while trying to apprehend a fugitive who had backed his Jeep into Daniel, and Daniel responded by shooting back at him, but had missed and hit a woman that was sitting in the passenger seat of the Jeep. During an internal investigation, they had found that the shooting was justified, and so Daniel was able to return to work 9 months later. So with the stress of shooting somebody while on the job, and his wife admitting that she had an affair with his best friend, this is why they believed that he had snapped and started becoming abusive. So on April 21st, 2023, Daniel was arrested for first-degree murder and domestic battery charges. He is currently sitting in jail without bond and is awaiting trial at this moment.